This is from Nick Seaney. Now, Nick has been shooting our color infrared film and shot some amazing color IR pictures. But recently he started shooting millimeter movies.
Oh.
Nick
Got
says,
him. You got him, Mike.
I'm getting interested in either super or regular 8mm film for travel. I'm not in any rush, but I'm curious about the availability of color, regular 8. If I invest in that system over Super 8, I just want to know that color film will be available for it.
And guess what?
Our good friend Doug Golubsky tells me, see, we're all thick as thieves. Our good friend Doug Golubsky tells me he thinks it's just a supply chain issue of why the color's not in stock right now. Well, Nick, it's a supply and demand issue is what it is. I had no idea when I made the first batch of regular 8 that anyone would care. And it just sold out like in an hour.
When you say that, I just picture you like in a kitchen over a big pot, making a big batch of Super 8 film.
Regular 8.
Or regular 8 film. Putting it in the oven with mitts on, and you got the apron on. You're like, ooh, pretty soon I'm going to have some film.
So the 8mm film, double 8 film, comes in batches, and it gets batched. It comes into the store, it disappears, and I'm already working on the second batch, be it color 50D, color 500T, color Ektachrome 100D.
All that stuff is gone, you're saying?
It's all gone.
Wow.
Gone.
Holy crap.
Nick, thanks. We're working on it.
And I get that for the summer, Mike.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
For folks who say, I want to invest in a Super 8 or regular 8, to me, you don't really need to worry about one or the other because regular 8 is so inexpensive to invest in that even if you invest in a good Super 8 camera, you could invest in a great regular 8 camera because they're so inexpensive. Mm-hmm. So you can get a simple Kodak Brownie for $5, $10.
They're everywhere.
Nick says, speaking of random mutual acquaintances, I love that story you told on a recent pod about you and John West. Have you met up with him since he moved back to Joyzy? That's what it says, Joyzy.
Joyzy.
I used to do freelance video work for him in Arizona.
Huh. Look at that.
Thanks, Nick Seaney.
I didn't know he was in Jersey.
I knew he was in Jersey. John didn't know he was in Jersey. And I think I told the story of how we used to get on the bus to go to Manhattan to buy film for our film classes. So you couldn't buy 16mm film stock in New Jersey. You used to have to get on the bus, go to Rafik in Manhattan, walk up the rickety stairs.
Was that in the 40s?
I don't know where Rafik was. They may still be there for all I know.
Wow.
And John, myself, John Fedele, John West, we would frequently go do this together.
For school projects.
Yeah, for school projects. And then what I only recently found out because I started scanning camera rolls of some projects that I worked on after college that, John, you helped out with. Mm-hmm. Like we were talking about, before we started recording, we were talking about the Tag You're It, a.k.a. Fiend, which is you are a fiend, and the only way to not be a fiend is to give it to someone else.
To fiend it off on someone else.
Yes, so you'd have to find somebody, and then you kind of attack them. You don't kill them.
It's a transference.
You transfer your fiendliness into that person. And then you're fine. Then you leave.
Right. And you're like, oh, glad that's over.
Yeah, good luck. Good luck with that.
All this is caused by UFOs.
So I transferred the camera. It was camera roll 3. I found all of them. But I only transferred one camera roll.
Oh.
And it's John. John is in it. So the scene on this camera roll was shot on Ridge Road, and you were coming out of a florist. You were coming out of...
smelling...
You had a bouquet,
fresh bouquet,
and you were walking across the street,
flowers.
and I think you were bringing the flowers to your girlfriend.
Right.
So you see that, and then you enter the house to give the flowers, and you see your girl. She's on the couch, but you can't see her. She's all crouched over. You can't see her face. And then she turns around, and it's like,
it's just attacks.
She just attacks you because she is the fiend.
Right. She can't help herself.
Can't help it. So while you were getting flowers, either like the UPS guy came or somebody
fiended her.
Someone fiended her.
Yeah.
But so in between, because this is a camera roll, in between takes, there's like a quick shot. I had forgotten all these. I had forgotten like what a group we had. So I guess when we were working on a project, so in the background there was Scott Wilson, John West. These were all people we went to school with, and I guess if we had a project, we would call them up and say, "Hey, we're doing a shoot. Can you come down and help out?"
Yep.
And how awesome was it that we had this like little group?
Great.
You don't seem too excited.
It would be better if like one of them was like Martin Scorsese and Brian De Palma. You hear about those guys always used to hang out. It's just us bums. Who went on to be wedding videographers.
Yes, John and I became wedding videographers. That was exciting for a few years.
It was fun. No, I mean, I don't want to underplay it. It was great to have that camaraderie and hang out with a bunch of like-minded people, and we would just work on each other's projects. It was a great time.
Well, I think we're going to take a break. We're going to take a break and come back fresh. So, all right, we'll be right back.